On the latest Pearson VUE report on the value of IT certification, here are the top 20 IT specialization that is growing skills interest and demand. This report is helpful to all IT professional in future-proofing their career by identifying which area of IT specialization they should focus on, trained, certified and build expertise. On number 20, Project Management, AGILE, SCRUM. Project management skills are the necessary traits and competencies you need to be a successful project manager. While project manager seems like a fairly straightforward job title, this role is responsible for far more than keeping projects on track. A project manager needs to plan projects from conception to implementation, map out timelines, assess project risks and opportunities and many others. Project management, AGILE, SCRUM in 2018 and 2019 has a growth rate of 1.6%, and went down to 1.0% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, Project Management, AGILE, SCRUM is on 15th in 2018 and 2019, but fell to 20th in 2021. On number 19, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. A successful engineer in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning needs to have an in-depth know-how of data science and statistics, and certain basic knowledge of data processing and software engineering. Practical or hands-on experience in data science and statistics, computer programming and fundamentals, statistics and probability distribution, data modeling and model validation and design and software engineering are the important skills required for AI and machine learning. Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning is a new entry in the top IT areas, currently at 19th with 1.0% growth rate. On number 18, IoT Cloud Convergence. The Internet of Things, IoT, has risen as one solution to the demands that have emerged because of the worldwide pandemic. The IoT, with its key characteristic of minimizing human interaction and performing a myriad of functions, seems a perfect fit in a world of remote setups and social distancing. But it is thanks to cloud computing that enterprises can smoothly make large-scale deployments of the IoT. IoT Cloud Convergence has a growth rate of 0.8% and 0.9% in 2018 and 2019 respectively. It went up to 1.3% in 2021, enough to be on the 18th rank. On number 17, Web Development. Web developers create and maintain websites. They are also responsible for the site's technical aspects, such as its performance and capacity, which are measures of a website's speed and how much traffic the site can handle. They are responsible for the look and functionality of the website or interface. Web development growth rate is declining from 1.8% in 2018 to 1.6% in 2019 to 1.3% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, web development ranking is also going down from 12th to 14th and to 17th in 2021. On number 16, Help Desk. Help desk skills are all the knowledge and experience necessary to provide support to customers who are experiencing an issue. Help desk IT specialists use help desk skills to complete the entire timeline of a customer's experience, asking for help, guiding them through a solution, determining the next steps and closing the conversation. Highly skilled help desk professionals can keep customers satisfied, quickly analyze situations and communicate ongoing issues to colleagues. Help desk growth rate is declining from 2.9% in 2018 to 1.6% in 2019 to 1.4% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, Help desk ranking is also declining from 10th to 13th and to 16th in 2021. On number 15, Business Application and Desktop Productivity. Productivity software is a category of application programs that help users produce things such as documents, databases, graphs, worksheets and presentations. Examples of office productivity software include word processors, database management systems, DBMS, graphics software and spreadsheet applications. Business application and desktop productivity, in 2018 has a growth rate of 1.1%. In 2019, it went down to 1.0%, but went up to 1.5% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, business application and desktop productivity is on 18th, 20th and 15th place in 2018, 2019 and 2021 respectively. On number 14, storage. The storage skills includes managing and maintaining the company's storage-based systems and the deployment of these storage technologies. Storage in 2018 has a growth rate of 2.5%. In 2019, it went up to 3.9%, but fell half in 2021, now at 1.7%. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, storage is on 9th place in 2018 and 2019 but fell 5 ranks to 14th in 2021. Surpassed by business skills, DevOps, CRM and ERP, operating system and enterprise architecture. On number 13, DevOps. DevOps introduces processes, tools, and methodologies to balance needs throughout the software development life cycle, from coding and deployment, to maintenance and updates. DevOps in 2018 has a growth rate of 0.7%. In 2019, it grew by 0.1%. In 2021, the growth rate for DevOps grew to 1.8%. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, DevOps is on 23rd place in 2018 and 2019, but in 2021, it grows up 10 ranks and moved to 13th. Number 12, Business Skills. Business skills are a foundation for success in the business world and include soft skills like communication, along with analytical and organizational skills that help a business succeed. Critical thinking, negotiation and trainability are other examples of business skills. Business skills in 2018 has a growth rate of 1.3%. In 2019, it fell to 1.0%, and grew 2 times in 2021, now at 2.0%. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, business skills is on 16th place in 2018 and fell to 19th in 2019. But in 2021, it grows up 7 ranks and moved to 12th. On number 11, CRM and ERP. CRM, Customer Relationship Management, and ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, software are powerful tools for a business or enterprise to use. CRM handles the sales, marketing, and customer service information. On the other hand, manufacturing ERP handles the back-end processes and internal information. CRM and ERP in 2018 has a growth rate of 1.7%. In 2019 it goes up to 2.0% and retained 2% growth rate in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, CRM and ERP is on 13th place in 2018 and move up to 11th in 2019. Surpassing by database admins help desk and web development, it retained its 11th ranking in 2021. On number 10, Operating Systems. Very deep knowledge of assembly programming, deep knowledge of OS principles, very detailed knowledge of processor architecture. You'll need VM for testing, and a very thorough knowledge of C for the more high-level parts. Operating Systems in 2018 has a growth rate of 3.9%. In 2019 it fell to 3.0%, and its growth rate fell to 2% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, Operating System is on 8th place in 2018 but fell to 10th in 2019, surpassed by Analytics Big Data and Enterprise Architecture, and retain its 10th ranking in 2021. On number 9, Enterprise Architecture. An enterprise architect is responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of an organization's IT networks and services. As an enterprise architect, you will be responsible for overseeing, improving and upgrading enterprise services, software and hardware. Enterprise architecture is something to watch on. The growth rate of this skill requirement is incrementing, starting at 1.6% in 2018 to 2.0% in 2019 and 3.0% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, enterprise architecture consistently increases its ranking from 14th in 2018 to 12th in 2019 and 9th in 2021. On number 8, Analytics Big Data. Good knowledge of database structures, theories, principles, and practices. Ability to write MapReduce jobs. High performance, reliable and maintainable code writing skills. Good aptitude in multi-threading and concurrency concepts. Analytics Big Data in 2018 has a growth rate of 2.8%. In 2019 it goes up to 4.0%, but its growth rate fell to 3% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, Analytics Big Data is on 11th place in 2018 and moved higher by 3 ranks to 8th in 2019, surpassing by Storage, Operating Systems, and Helpdesk. Analytics Big Data retained its 8th ranking in 2021. On number 7, Database Administration. Database administrators ensure databases run efficiently. Database administrators and architects create or organize systems to store and secure a variety of data, such as financial information and customer shipping records. They also make sure that the data are available to authorized users. Database administration in 2018 has a growth rate of 4.4%. In 2019 it went up to 6.0%, but its growth rate fell to 3% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, Database administration is on 7th place in 2018, and went up to 5th in 2019, surpasses application software development and servers, but fell back to its 7th ranking in 2021. On number 6, Application Software Development. Application software developers design computer applications, such as games, for consumers. They may create custom software for a specific customer or commercial software to be sold to the general public. Some application software developers create databases or programs for use internally or online. Application software development in 2018 has a growth rate of 4.4%. In 2019 it went up to 5.0%, but its growth rate fell to 4% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, application software development is on 6th place in 2018 but fell to 7th in 2019, surpassed by database administration, but regained its 6th ranking in 2021. On number 5, servers. Server skills refers to the ability of the administrator to design, install, administer, and optimize company servers and related components to achieve high performance of the various business functions supported by the servers as necessary. Servers in 2018 has a growth rate of 5.3%. In 2019 it went down to 5.0% and retained its growth rate of 5% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, server is on 5th place in 2018 but fell to 6th in 2019, surpassed by database administration, but regained its 5th ranking in 2021. On number 4, virtualization. Virtualization usually requires physical consolidation, so the virtual expert must know how to design and implement reliable infrastructures. They must also understand high availability solutions and their impact on the network, operating system or application in the virtual data center. Virtualization in 2019 has a growth rate of 6.3%. In 2019, it went up to 7.0% and retained the growth rate at 7% in 2021. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, virtualization is consistent on 4th place from 2018 to 2021. On number 3, security. Cybersecurity roles take 20% longer to fill than other IT jobs. Today the threat remains as potent as ever, and so is the persistent cybersecurity talent shortage. There have been major efforts to increase the supply of cybersecurity workers. But demand has increased as well, which means cybersecurity talent is still expensive and hard to find. Security in 2019 has a growth rate of 20.9%. In 2019 it slides down to 16.0% and further slide in 2021 at 13%, which is a 3% decrease from the previous year. Although there was a decline in the number, it doesn't mean that the demand for security is no longer there. This is still 13% growth rate, a 2-digit demand requirement. Experts Academy, the leading IT training company in the Philippines, recommends that IT professionals may start their security skills development plan with CompTIA Security Plus, CISA Plus and Pentest Plus. Experts Academy also advises students to take an on-the-job training that focuses on security, that will them an opportunity to be trained by known security experts, and learn best practices from actual practitioners. This will give the students a competitive edge. On number 2, networking and wireless. The demand for high-speed internet and connection mobility triggers the high demand for network. Wireless communication is overtaking wired technologies and will continue to expand into the future. Traffic from wireless and mobile devices is expected to account for 2/3 of all IP traffic. Networking and wireless in 2019 has a growth rate of 18.7%. In 2019 it goes up to 19.0%, but in 2021, growth rate was at 15%, which is a 4% decrease from the previous year. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, from second in 2018, it went up to first place in 2019 and fall back to number 2 in 2021. Experts Academy, the leading IT training company in the Philippines and producer of thousands certified IT professionals, recommends CompTIA Network Plus or CCNA, to start your career in network and wireless. Experts Academy free CCNA training can be accessed for free in Experts Academy YouTube channel starting January 2022. On number 1, cloud computing. The COVID-19 pandemic has made businesses realize as one of the most advanced technologies that enables the workforce to work remotely and stay productive. The migration toward distance learning and remote working has thrusted the demand for cloud services. Cloud computing in 2019 has a growth rate of 9.5%. In 2019 it went up to 11.0% and made a huge increase in 2021, that reaches 28.0%. In terms of its ranking for the IT areas with highest growth rate, from third in 2018, it retained the ranking in 2019 and made it to number 1 in 2021. Experts Academy recommends that IT professionals must start considering to build their skills set on cloud technologies. To start your career in cloud technologies, you may start with CompTIA Cloud Essentials and CompTIA Cloud Plus. You may contact Experts Academy for more information. For more technology videos, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.